This is just super fun. Welcome. This is like really fun. Anyways, let's be serious. I wonder if I can like change it as I'm talking with you guys. Or I could just do the video like this if you won't be distracted. Will you be distracted? I'm going to be very quick then. So, good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. I can't take myself seriously, so we actually need to switch this. How do I switch this? Okay. Little entertainment for you. Happy Wednesday. Thanks whoever joined, if you saw that. I just wanted to jump in and say hope you're having a great week, midweek. And just wanted to share a little bit more about the free guide I put together for you guys this month, as well as my heart behind that, and then an intensive that I have that you can really let me know if you're interested in. But basically, you've probably been seeing posts on my page or in my group, my Healthy and Thriving Women's Facebook group, about my journey with overcoming feelings and actually being defeated in the areas of healthy and emotional eating and eating disorders and relationship with my body, with exercise, myself, and overcoming that and finding victory. And it was years of that though. Like, mind you, I think it's very easy to look at a post or look at me and being like, oh, whatever, I'm like, no, I struggled. I was depressed. It was really a hard time. And for years, really kind of journeying, using food as a solution, though it was not a solution. And it impacted me internally and emotionally and spiritually, but also physically. And it is when it shows up physically, I think we pay attention to it more, but we need to be paying attention to it all the time. And so I just wanted to share that really developing a healthy mindset around food, around healthy living, around your body, around exercise, around yourself, these 5 main areas will really, really give you the healthy body that you long for. I think so often we're trying to fix our habits with our body, right? We're just trying to fix. But yet our mind and our emotions are not catching up, because literally it's your thoughts and your emotions that create the habits that you have. And I really want to empower women this month in particular, but in all the time things that I do, to really master their thoughts, emotions, and habits so that they can have the health, the body, and life they've always dreamed of. And so I started working with a couple women last month around this topic, actually, and it literally broke my heart, because I remember, like, it was like when they started sharing, I started to feel again what I used to feel, and still sometimes feel now. The feeling of hopelessness, the feeling of defeat, the feeling of shame, the feeling of guilt, the feeling of who will understand, how will I finally overcome this? And I'm not going to promise you that in an intensive that I offer or in a workbook that I offer, it's all going to be fixed. Like, it's going to take time. It's going to take digging deep. It's going to take humility, but also grace and love for yourself in this process. And that is what I want to journey with you with, because when I started to really accept that I struggled with this, confess that I struggled with this, seek help, and share when things were good and when things weren't so good, that's when I found freedom. And it was a journey, and it still is, but I want to support you on that. So what I put together for the month of May is a free workbook called The 7 Steps to a Healthy Mind and Healthy Body, that is all about reflecting on where you're at in these areas. So I created something within that called the Healthy Mind, Healthy Body Inventory. And that is similar to my Flourishing Life Inventory if you've gone through it, but it's like a circle where in these different areas you can really say, where am I at? Am I satisfied, dissatisfied, and why? And then you go on and there's questions for reflection on each of the steps that are in relation to the inventory. How do I see food as a friend, foe, or fuel? What do I really think about healthy living and dieting? Do I think it's punishment? Do I think it's deprivation? Exercise, do I think it's punishment? Stress, like, where are my stress levels and how is that impacting my life? Because stress does impact your mind, your body, and your emotions and everything. And then what do I need to do to shift that? And you may go through the workbook and have so much clarity and be ready to take action. Or you might need a little bit more support. So even within the workbook, I explain a little bit more about my Healthy Mind, Healthy Body Intensive. And the first thing I think you should do is get the workbook and listen to the podcasts. or watch the podcast. I have it on video plus on iTunes. And work through it as to what are these 7 steps? How do I apply it? Where am I at? And where do I want to be with this healthy mindset and healthy body? So you just go to madewell345.com/healthy mind, healthy body, and you can enter your name and email. All of it will be delivered to you. Make sure you check your spam and mark my emails as safe. Get them out that promo folder. And then the next thing is if after you go through that, I recommend going through that first, but if after you go through that, or you're listening and you've been reading my posts for the last couple of days around this, and you're like, I need to talk to you because yes, me too. Like, I'm struggling with that and I find no hope. And I want to finally be free. And because it's going to take hard work. It's not going to just take changing your habits. It's going to take good digging deep and getting to the core and the roots of everything. Because when you do that, that is when things shift. You can address the cause and the root versus the symptom. The symptom is overeating. The symptom is undereating. The symptom is overexercising and vice versa. That is not the root. The root is always something else, and it shows up in a physical sense. I have a few spots open for my 90-minute intensive or 2 45-minute sessions if you need to break it up, where we will go through this. We'll go through the results of the inventory you do. We'll talk through it, and I will just create a space for you to really unpack what the roots are and then unpack why this is an issue and how you can move forward. And if you want, I can share some of my story too, because I've been there, right? And so that's it from that. I really encourage you to check out the resource and work through it in the podcast. Share it actually with other women that you may know or that are like, yeah, struggle with it. You can share the results in the Healthy and Thriving Women's Facebook group if you want. If you're not a part of it, just type in Healthy and Thriving Women in the groups, or I'll put the link and join. But also book a discovery call, which is just a 20-minute session to say, hey, like, this is where I'm at. Is this intensive a good fit for me? And the intensive, the reason why I'm doing it as an intensive versus like a longer term program, you might want to do, and I love taking time to dive deep, but it's just to give you a Kickstarter, an intensive that if you're like, maybe it might be super impactful for you and you're like, okay, I can kind of go on this on my own, but hey, or you might say I might need one-on-one support longer term. So maybe you might want to do my 6-month program that we can cover mindset, but also habits as well. So that's it for me. That's something serious. And I started out with not wearing anything serious, just like this makeup, this pretty cat face. And I want to end with something joyful, because I feel like you need to be joyful. How come it's not picking my face up? Sorry, friends. We might not get this pretty. That's it. You'll have to enjoy the bit from the beginning. Go rewatch it. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, any thoughts, and I will talk to you later. Oh! Peace. Bye.